Now we are going to learn how to solve quadratic inequalities. So quadratic inequalities look like when you have a quadratic expression and we have the inequality symbols in the middle like this. So instead of equal sign, we have one of the inequality symbol, and make sure we make the right hand side 0 to solve the quadratic inequalities. So let's try to answer a few questions. So if we have, for example, if we are given x square minus x is less than or equal to 6, solve this inequality. So we have to solve this for x, and as we just discussed, try to make the right hand side always 0 if you have quadratic inequality. So move this 6 to the left side, we get minus 6 less than or equal to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. So try to solve this. So this is a quadratic expression, I mean to say here. So try to solve this quadratic expression. So solve this quadratic expression as a quadratic equation. So let me just do it here. X square minus x minus 6 is equal to 0 as we are solving quadratic equation. We can either use the zero factor property, quadratic formula, completing a square, whatever is easy for you, solve for the x values. I'm going to use a factoring property. So x minus 3 times x plus 2, these are the factors of this, and try to get x values. So either the first factor is 0 or the second factor is 0. So we get two x values, x is equal to 3 and x is equal to minus 2. So now what we have to do, we have to place these x values on a real number line minus 2 and 3 and divide our real number line into subintervals. Now we have one subinterval this, second subinterval this, and the third subinterval is this. Now in each subinterval we have to find the value of this expression. So either you can use this expression or this expression is same as the product of these two factors. So we have to pick any testing value in this interval, any testing value in this interval, and any testing value in this interval. So we can pick in this interval. So this interval starts from minus infinity and finish at minus 2. I can pick minus 10 in this one. You can pick minus 3. You can pick minus 100, whatever the value you want to pick. This interval is minus 2 to 3. I'm going to put 0, easiest one. The easiest value is always nice to work with. The third interval is 3 to infinity. I'm going to use 4 here as a testing value. So what I have to do, I have to find the sign of this expression. Both are the same expression, either this or this. So if I'm using x is equal to minus 10, so this is minus 10 minus 3 minus 10 plus 2. So what is the sign? We are not interested here in the value of the expression, just the sign. So what is the sign of this? So it is a negative. This is also negative. 2 negative will give you plus. So sign of this expression is plus in this interval. What about in this interval? So x minus 3 and x plus 2, and our testing x value we said 0. 0 minus 3 and 0 plus 2. So this is negative, this is positive. So two opposite sign will give you negative. Similarly, we will find the value of this expression in the third interval, and our testing x value in this interval is 4. So replace x with 4 and try to see what is the sign of this expression. Positive, positive. So that means two positive multiplied together is positive. So we get this. So we find the sign of each sign of the expression in each subinterval. So what was our question? Our question is find the x values such that this expression is less than 0. So let me write down this expression here again. X square minus x minus 6 is less than or equal to 0. So we have this. So this expression less than means negative. So this expression is negative only in this interval. So what you can say? You can say x, so solution is So find the interval in which this expression value is negative. You can say x belongs to this interval -2 to 3. Okay, so this is how we solve it. But now we have to take care of one extra thing. Is there an equality sign with it? Yes, there is an equality sign as well. So that means endpoints will be included. We will change the bracket. That means endpoints are also included. If it is a strict inequality, suppose if it is x square minus x minus 6 is less than 0, then our solution will be x belongs to, no endpoints will be included because it is a strict inequality. And now if the inequality sign is x squared minus x minus 6 is greater than or equal to 0, then we have to pick those, greater than means positive, then we have to pick those interval where the expression value is positive. So we will say our solution will be two intervals. One interval will be minus infinity to -2, and points are included because there is an equality sign. And the second interval is 3 to infinity, and endpoint will be included. So this is how we answer the question when you have the quadratic inequalities. So let me just tell you what we did. So whenever we are asked to solve an inequality, we just solve the expression with the quadratic equation and find the x values. Then we draw those x values on a real number line and divide the real number line into subintervals, and we pick any value in each subinterval and test the sign, only the sign of the expression. If we need a positive sign, if the expression is less than 0, we need the negative sign. If the expression is greater than 0, that means we need a positive sign. And according to the positive or negative, we pick the intervals and write down our solution. Thank you so much.